Last week, Reverb released an article of the best-selling gear on their platform for 2025, and they broke it up in a bunch of different categories, but I think there are a couple of things that stood out to me as far as you can call them trends or movements in the market that I think are worth discussing, and honestly, I haven't seen anybody else talk about it anywhere, so figure it might as well be us. All right, so let's start with guitar pedals. It turns out that the best-selling pedal from 2025 is, of all things, a fuzz.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, it's the Electro Harmonix Nano Lizard Queen Octave Fuzz, which was a collab they did with JHS. Now, this is the nano version of the, let's say, boutique one that JHS put out, where it had its own custom enclosure and all of that. Then EHX puts out the nano version. It's the same thing that they did with the Big Muff that they just recently put out. The rest of them it's kind of interesting, and I've got a bit of a gripe with the way that they have it organized, because some of the things that would be considered pedals are technically modelers, and then all of the amp category has modelers in them, so there's a bit of some weird overlap.
Yeah.
But the other top selection are kind of the standard stuff.
Yeah.
The TC Polytune Mini, Boss G7 equalizer,
Keeley compressor,
Boss BD2 blues driver,
Digitech drop. I mean,
just the stuff that you're going to use. The Crybaby's up here too.
Yep.
The only boutique adjacent thing in the top 10 is the Hologram Electronics Chroma Console, which is a very cool delay, atmosphere, reverb, whatever. I tried one out at the pedal showcase at NAMM this past year, and it makes a lot of fun noises, and it's a lot of fun. It's definitely the most expensive pedal compared to the other two. The other two in the top 10 are, of course, the Tonex one and the HX Stomp. That's my gripe, because the Helix and Tonex of the ilk show up later in the list under amps, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
I guess the thing that you're going to see is that the standard stuff is always going to be the standard stuff. Everybody's going to need to buy a tuner and some kind of dirt box, and maybe it's the SD1, maybe it's the BD2. There's a reason why these companies are always kind of in that top numbers, because they're putting out the stuff that people want and can afford.
Yeah.
As far as new bestsellers, number one, which I am very jealous of because I still don't have one, is the MXR Rockman pedal that was put out at NAMM. I tried it. I loved it. I want to be able to just buy it when I see one. And frankly, they're never in stock, at least where I am. I could have very easily just gone onto MXR's website or Sweetwater or whatever and ordered one, but there's no fun in that. I want it. I want it in my hands. I want to plug it in. I want to do it right away.
Right.
MXR has a bunch of them. There's the MB301 bass synth, and what other MXR pedals are in this? Jail Doctor, the Doors Overdrive, the Randy Rhoads Distortion, the Alex Lifeson Tonex. So yeah, they've got a bunch in the top 20. JHS Not a Dumble, which is one of the kits that they did. I purchased one of the Nauticlons. It's a great pedal, but it's cool to see some smaller builders in this big bestseller list. Chase Bliss is in here, Tone King, bunch of JHS stuff, the Troika, the 424 gain stage. Yeah, a bunch of stuff. Really cool. It seems like a cool mix of super affordable stuff and then also kind of boutique-y, special, high-end stuff too. So
I was really happy to see Chase Bliss in here, the Brothers AM, and in fact, it's 2 slots above the Tone King, which it is not cloned but inspired by.
Yeah.
That's Chase Bliss is a really cool company. They do really nifty stuff.
Yeah. Other notable folks in in this top 21, we got Walrus Audio, Strymon, Death by Audio, Earthquaker, Maris, and Wampler. Lots of fuzzes. It's very strange.
That's interesting, isn't it?
I've bought a couple of fuzzes, and I plug them in and I play them, and I have fun doing my riffs, and then I'm like, okay, what am I going to do with this?
Right.
And then it ends up leaving the board immediately after. I don't have it in any of my presets on any of my modelers. But if it would be fun to be in a doomy kind of riff band where I could use a fuzz and really let loose, but it's not really, just nothing that I got.
Yeah.
Another thing to note is a fair amount of signature stuff in this list. So Joe Bonamassa, let's say Jack White under third man, Randy Rhoads, Alex Lifeson, all these little signature pedals are in that list. The only other thing to note is the pedal that maintained its value once it's used, and that goes number 1, Line 6 HX Stomp by a large margin, retailing for $699, average use price just under $500. And as a person who owns one, I get it. I use one, and I can attest that it's worth it, even at $490 used, even though it's, 5.5, 7 years old? I don't know. It's old.
Yeah.
Still good, though. Let's move on to guitars. I mean, that's what we're into. That's what we're here for. I'm going to go ahead and say that 2025 was the year of the Strat, begrudgingly.
Yeah.
I bought one. I mean, that should tell you everything you need to know. The guy who, based a large portion of his personality around not liking Strats has 2 Strats now. So I think that tells you what you need to know.
Yeah.
But as far as the actual numbers go, it looks like within the top 10, there are 1, 2, 3, half of them are Strats.
Right.
Or Strat adjacent. Because 2 of them are the Paul Reed Smith Silver Sky. Both the American-made one and the SE version make the top 10. The number 1 selection, though, is the American Professional 2, which is really neat.
Yeah.
And I mean, Fender is all over this list. Out of all of the options here, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6 out of 10 are Fenders. And I think that just speaks to the kind of music that is fashionable, the guitars that are currently in vogue, and different price points. You've got everything from, I think the cheapest guitar on this list looks to be just under $400. Fender Player 2 Telecaster, starting at like $350, going all the way up to about $1,650 or $1,750, sorry, for Gibson Les Paul Standard 60s.
One of these days we need to break down the lack of imagination in guitar styles.
Well, yeah. So the other thing I was going to say is that every single one of these is a classic silhouette. There's
Right.
not a there's
not even an offset. I mean, it's
no.
So you look at basses. Basses are all over the place.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what it is about 6 strings that people like. It's got to be one of these 3 things.
Yeah. Now, if you look at the best-selling new to 25 options, there are a couple of standout silhouettes. But even then, they're riffs on, or at least amalgamations on older guitars. So the one that really stands out is the Evil Instruments Claudio Sanchez Jackhammer.
Yeah, I had to Google that one. That's a pointy boy.
Yeah, it's a mix of like an Explorer and an SG and a couple of other things. I played one at NAMM. Actually, Claudio was there. I got to meet him. He was
cool.
Super nice. But yeah, it's a fun guitar, but a very specific aesthetic.
Yeah.
But even still, it's still riffing off of the like older one. So you took 2 older designs and you mushed them together.
Right.
It's not necessarily like new. But it's interesting because with the pedals, there's some tried and true stuff. There's a couple of like newfangled gadgets in there, but the guitar shapes being just right down the middle is surprising. And I think the thing that makes it even more surprising is the way that the amp category moved.
Yeah.
So moving down there's not an actual tube amp in the top 5.
Right. They're all modelers.
There's a couple of amps, but they're modeling amps. The Spark Positive Grid, Spark 40, and the Catalyst 100, which I've got one right behind me. Great amp. But in the top 5, it's the Quad Cortex and the other, and both Helixes, the Floor and the LT.
Yeah.
Top 5.
Yeah. Now that Orange Micro Dark Head, that's number 6, and that's a real amp. That's an amp.
Yep. But it's solid state.
But is it okay?
And the Rumble is also solid state.
Yes.
They're all solid states, which is that's just surprising.
I think workhorse day to day, it makes a lot of sense. I think tubes have become boutique, and they're not going to get mass market anymore.
Yeah, it looks like there might be a couple of tube amps in the top 20 as you move down, like the Vox AC15's in there, the Marshall DSL.
Yeah.
So like they're there, but it's a lot lower than one would think. So when you're looking at the market as a whole, you've got tried and true stuff, and then this brand new, like all digital kind of revolutionary stuff that's just taken over as far as where your sound is coming out of. It's just fascinating how one side of the community is very traditionally oriented.
Yeah.
And then the other half is just fully like embracing new technology. And I wonder what, I think the practicality is what that breaks down to.
Sure.
You know, there's not anything particular about the shape of a guitar that makes it more or less convenient, with the exception of this bad boy here.
That's right.
So, I mean, it's small, and there's just all different features for convenience.
That's right.
And it is the guitar I played the most. I'm also apparently the odd man out.
Audio only, that is the Steinberger. It's being
Yeah,
held up.
sorry. I'm holding my obnoxious little guy.
Yep.
But it is kind of funny that, you know, I'm easily the odd man out here because nobody plays these.
Right.
So in summation, I mean, like, I guess, I don't know if there's a grand takeaway from all of this. I think if you're looking at them individually, there's some interesting insights. But yeah, I guess most people here are looking to buy new gear, bought Strats and modelers this year.
Yeah. Yep.
And maybe a tuner.
Looks like.
I guess we'll see how that compares to stuff going forward. And we'll be able to do this again next year and figure out, you know, whether those trends stick or if something new comes out in the next couple of months that, you know, changes the whole landscape of everything. Who's to say?
We'll see.